What's going on? It is 1:55 a.m. Sunday morning. I have a movie review. So, I went to see Thor Love and Thunder this Saturday night with my sister. You should know it's going to be one of them reviews. Oh, man. So, finished watching Thor Love and Thunder. Here's my thoughts. Thor Love and Thunder is a dog shit 5-6 out of 10. Visually, it's awesome, but story-wise, totally butchered plot. Literally, they fucked it up. It's literally the Disney version for God of War. I'm not kidding. It really is. They even fucked up Jane Foster, stage 4 cancer. More on that. A lot more. Jane and Valkyrie got sidelined. So sad. Korg, too. Let's see. Mighty Thor was cool, and the kids fight at the end. I love the kids fight. That was the best. Still unbelievable how they dumbed down Jane's cancer instead of going all the way like the comics did. Just shows how they're pandered to kids versus keeping to the source material. Yeah. This is why I like DC more. Were the jokes too much? I guess so. But then again, like, I mean, Taikasa, yeah, the story was sacrificed for jokes. I get that, but it's like, I mean, yeah, jokes are towards the kids, but have a healthy balance, you know? But it was more the lack of explanations and shit. How did Thor know it was the Necro Sword when it was at his sword? How did he know that's what it was? Did he see a picture of when he was a kid? Did his mama tell him? Could have been something different. It's like Marvel is afraid to go full comic accurate, and it's sad. This is why I'm DC till I die. Because they aren't afraid to adapt the full story with minor changes. Like, minor changes don't bug me that much, but if you're gonna take a whole story and just chop out the main focus and make it dumbed down for kids, you have a problem. Most of the time, it's fully accurate without the need for comic relief. Truth. Both companies can tell serious stories, but adapting it into a movie without butchering it, DC beats Marvel in that realm easily. The goats were annoying. Guardians were wasted. Where's Gamora? Like, where's that bitch? I don't know. Christian Bale as Gore was decent. Russell Crowe as Zeus was funny. That was funny. I do like the Shadow Realm, and interesting how Mjolnir and Stormbreaker could light it up. That was cool. Am I mad I missed this in D-Box? Nah. For all the cool visuals, it's a shit story. It's shit. Where would I rank it in my trilogy of shit in Marvel films? Let's see. Civil War is number 1, because that is just total dog shit. Planet Hulk's number 2. And Thor Love and Thunder is number 3. In case you're wondering where that shit's at. It's good to watch once or twice, but I recommend reading War of the Realms for the full story. I also reserved that whole set from my library tonight because I want to know what the fuck happens. Post-credit Zeus and Hercules was okay. I mean, I don't really give a fuck. End credits with Jane and Heimdall and Valhalla was good. Yeah. Man, watering down Jane's cancer is probably the worst part about the film. Stage 4. She was bald with a bandana and weak. For a company that lets one dying kid see a film before everyone else, they could have gone all out. This is true, like every time, this was all last decade. Every time a new Marvel film came out, or a DC film, but it was always Marvel. Like, oh yeah, oh, my child's dying of cancer. Can they see it before 7 billion other people? Sure, we can do that. But in this, they gotta dumb down cancer for kids. Seriously? Fucking retarded. It was a good experience, but man, the glaring notions and the lack of story just ruin it. Like, it starts off strong and then just. It's like a fucked up roller coaster. It's like, wee! Where's the stand? It's supposed to be a circle? Fuck no, bitch. You went Marvel. A kid loves Marvel. Christ. Even Korg's asshole one-liner was better than the whole story. Oh, God. Did it unfold like a comic? Yeah, it did. It did unfold like a comic, but somehow lost that translation in the dialogue. Ugh. I did recognize some, yeah, the credits. This is the nice thing about this. The credits are homages to various heavy metal bands through the years. Some of them are recognized, some of them. Am I mad at Taika for how the film turned out? No. A lot of people are mad at him because he's the issue. Like, I'm mad at the execs who decided to go with humor versus seriousness. Like, this could have been a serious 17% humorous film. Like, if it was 83% serious, 17% humor, it would have been good. But no, they decided to shift that to 83% humor and 17% seriousness. I ain't been this mad since Planet Hulk and Civil War. God. Did I have any expectations going into this? Just Mighty Thor, that's it. That's the only thing I really wanted to see. Was I happy with that? Did Natalie Portman really pull off a good Mighty Thor? Appearance, yes. But where was the one scene? When they were going to Zeus and she's walking, you could tell it was CGI on her face, which that just like kind of ruined it. But did she do good in the role? I think she did good. I really do. It's a massive letdown because, there was all this hype about her getting in shape and being buff and shit, and she's only on screen for a handful of scenes, and there's barely any fighting with her, which sucks. Were they met my expectations? No. But I did like how Mjolnir could split apart and do more damage. That's pretty fucking sweet. Also, Korg's storytelling skills were good too. Yeah, his whole narrating with Thor and shit, that was cool. To me, and this is just personal, you might agree, I don't know. After Endgame, every project has been hit or miss like a pinball machine, literally. Or you could actually say, after 2019, everything's been hit or miss. And that's mostly from the pandemic and just, I don't know. The biggest blunder to date is holding Black Widow back a year just so it could be in theaters. Like, Kevin fucked up on that so badly. How are you gonna hold a film back one goddamn year? And I brought that up in the Black Widow review. Just to have it in theaters. Oh, fucking here, yeah, Disney Plus, you cocksucker. Oh, fucking dumbass. Another glaring notion was one of the kids who was captured was smiling after the creature's beheading. Yeah, like, most of it was dark scenes and shit, but there's one kid, like, all the other kids like, he ripped his head off, and the other kid's like, really? You're supposed to be scared of that shit. The motherfucker's got glowing eyes, and he ripped the creature's head off, and you're like, do again. Dumb son of a bitch. Ooh. Oh my. Why wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh in the Shadow Realm? Oh, he could have beaten Gore like Exodia. Easily. Just whip that shit out. Like, I reveal my trap card. Oh no. God almighty. This fucking movie, I swear to Christ. Who was... Oh, music was good. I like the music. Who was the MVP? The kids fighting Mighty Thor and Korg, in that order. Some of the scenes do mimic their comic book counterpart, but again, the film's kid gloves approach is getting redundant. Like, Marvel needs to leave Disney's umbrella for real. Like, it's... I mean, I get you gotta pander to kids, but Jesus Christ. At the sacrifice of story, like, you're really gonna sacrifice a deep, complex story with heavy themes for kids. Like, kids today are not that stupid. They're picking up on things. They know shit. Fuck. Mm. And it kills me because, it's Gen Gap. That's the one thing that I've always brought up in most of my reviews if it's comic book related, is Gen Gap. Because you have kids growing up today that have dealt with, you have kids today who are dealing with new issues that are relevant in their life, and then you have my generation and generation before me and other ones that are, reading these stories and they're like, holy shit, I know what happens. I've been through this shit. Cancer, I've had a couple people in my family die from cancer. I know how that feels. And it's like, fuck. Like, how can you dumb down cancer? How can you dumb down anything serious? Like, the worst thing they dumb down next to Jane Foster's cancer is Tony Stark's alcoholism. For PTSD, are you fucking serious? Oh, I'm an alcoholic. I just have PTSD now. Bitch, please. That shit is definitely gonna be the reason why films suffer so badly, and that's not even getting into the VFX folks who don't like working under Marvel. Yeah, I'm not going into that whole spiel, no thank you. Just focusing on the movie. Do I recommend this? Fuck it, try it if you like it. I mean, if you really want to spend money on this shit and go see it, go for it. That's your choice. Or if you want to wait for Disney Plus, go for Disney Plus. Or you can watch a bootleg on Tiny Zone if you feel like it. Will I watch future Marvel stuff? Yeah, but not as excited as everyone else. Like, I even watched the trailers for, what was it? Wakanda Forever. Looks good. Do I have any expectations for that? Nah, not even. I don't know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Because, like, you want it to be good. Like, subconsciously, you want the film to be good. Because now, like, people go by MCU and all that bullshit. Me, I go by, like, what's come out for Thor. And so far, Thor has 7 iterations. Well, 8 if you count the Incredible Hulk from the 80s. But seeing that evolution in film and stuff, like, this is why I like older Marvel. There wasn't the need for cohesion. There wasn't a need to have a team up every goddamn couple films. There wasn't a need for a trilogy all the time, even though trilogies are the thing. Trilogies are more staple of the 80s and 90s versus 2000s and 2010s, but 2010s brought that shit back. And yeah, there are trilogies in the 2000s, but, like, not as many. I don't know, like, if I had to rank all the Thors I've watched, I would go Hulk versus Thor, Thor Tales from Asgard, Thor and Loki, Blood Brothers, The Dark World, Ragnarok, Thor, and Love and Thunder. In that order. Yours might be different from mine, but that's okay. We can have difference of opinion. That's what makes it a healthy debate. So, if you're a diehard Marvel fan and you happen to enjoy this film and I shit all over you for it, I'm not even sorry. But if you're like me and you're disgusted with the kid gloves approach to storytelling that Marvel is doing, I'm your best friend in that respect. If you don't like comic book films, that's cool too. I don't know. I love them, but sometimes it's the redundant shit that I want something fresh. I like a comic book story that does not act like a comic book story. Like Meteor Man, Road to Perdition, Barbed Wire, the old shit. Yes, those good ones. They're comic book films, but they don't act like comic book films. I don't know. I really don't. If you don't like the cast, crew, directors, all that shit, that's okay. I get it. I understand. If you do, cool. That's awesome. This is just my personal opinion on the film. I don't expect you to agree with me or side with me or any of that shit. I mean, it don't matter. It's a fucking review. And everybody's going to have a different opinion and different viewpoint on what they watched. Like, oh, this was God tier Marvel. They're doing it again. This is so cool. But it's not in-game quality. I mean, that's one thing I want to throw out there is that people are diehard Marvel fans are expecting endgame quality when it comes to a film, and they're not going to get that because that was endgame. Just saying, you can't expect endgame quality in every fucking film that comes out. You're going to set yourself up for failure. And it's also if you put high expectations on the shit, like, oh, Thor better do this and better do that. If you don't do this, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to write the most angriest review. I'm going to tweet. I'm going to Instagram the fuck out of it. I'm going to TikTok the titties out of it. But, I don't know. Everybody's a critic. Everybody's a cynic. Opinions are like assholes. We all got them. And they all stink. But they all have different scents, too. Depends on what you've eaten. Like me, sometimes my farts smell like eggs. Just saying. Yeah, I know it's TMI. I don't give a flying fuck. You should know this by now. So, if you don't like Chris Hemsworth, you don't like Natalie Portman, for whatever reason, I don't know. If you don't like Takai's body of work, well, that's cool too. But if you do, you can check them out at your own leisure. Do I personally harbor any feelings of negativity towards everybody involved in the film? No, I don't. I just fucking hate the execs. Because I can separate execs from a film. So, that's my beef. So, I'm gonna get off of here, upload this, and finish watching Rampage, because I missed it Friday night. So, till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.